women agenda. I'll come to you, don't worry. Deputy President William Ruto promising 50% cabinet position to women, promising to finally realize the 2,000 gender rule in 12 months. Prof, as we wind up very quickly, do you feel this manifesto sufficiently responds to the women agenda in this election?
First of all, it's very clear to me, and I think the Secretary General of Kenya Kwanza said it when we were talking about this 50%. He said, it is not just about giving one woman a position. So they were reacting to something. It is not something that was originally their thinking. This is a fact. You know, let us not deceive Kenyans. Let us not deceive ourselves. So it was a reaction. I don't think it is something that they actually mean. Let me tell you, in relation to that also, they have told us, they told this country, that they have signed some charters. I don't know the legal value of these charters that they are saying they are signing. You know, it's like to say this is binding. They are not binding. We have had in this country memorandums of understanding, which is equivalent of a charter they're talking about, that are broken, and there's no law that will take the people to court. There is nothing. So really, it is a populist approach to manifesto development. I also want to say this. You know, let us be honest and fair to Kenyans, right? William Ruto became deputy president in 2013. Am I right? Mm-hmm. He shared government, and they made it very clear that he will have 50%, Uhuru Kenyatta will have 50%.
Right.
And they did, right? Now, he's saying the good things were done by him. He's actually claiming to have done the good thing, the successes. Mm-hmm. How dishonest can somebody be? That is dishonesty.
All right. We need to wind up.
Yeah?
All right.
So we need to be honest about these things. When
All
you take over an office, my brother, you take over both the assets and the liabilities.
All right.
You cannot pick and choose.
Haman, give me your final thoughts.
Very dangerous.
On this women agenda. That's the last thing. Very quickly.
Women are a serious member of this corporate body called Kenya. You cannot move forward if you leave such an essential component behind. My view, however, is let's not pack any category of people anywhere for the sake of it. You get it? This country has to fly a plane across the Atlantic and land it safely in America. We need the best pilot. My thinking is simple. For every job, get the best man or woman. If that falls on a woman, put. Of course, for affirmative action, I'm saying for affirmative action, and even for the dictates of the Constitution, you will have to put a few groups, including women. But don't make it must be 50-50. That is populist, and that is not what you want as a country.
All right.
But finally, I must say this. This is a good manifesto. Right. It's talking about things that can change this country. Yes. The detail is what is missing.
All right.
But more importantly, however rosy your plans are, if you do not deal with theft, if you do not talk about corruption, you are cooked before you even start.
Thank you, Haman. Bwana Wakili, in 40 seconds only, give me your final thoughts vis-a-vis women agenda in your manifesto.
First of all, I am hoping this is my final thoughts before the kipindi ends. I think, first of all, I am reminded that when Raila Odinga went around the whole country, he was seeking endorsement to be president. He was not seeking the views of Kenyans on what he will do as president. He was asking people if he will run. Right. I remember he used to say, I'll make a declaration.
No, let's correct
Professor,
that. No, we need to correct that. He had two, he raised two issues.
But there was no document that was handed over to
We really need to wind this up.
He said to the people, what are your problems in this area? Secondly, would you want me to be president? There are two.
Number two,
Number
two is this issue. Let us not run away from the reality that the politics of this nation going forward must be politics on proper understanding of what the people want. Right. We cannot always be prescribing medicine to a sick person who we have not seen. We just believe he's sick somewhere in Huisero without knowing what ails that person. And my last point is this. if some of us have been accustomed to politics of conmanship and deceit, where somebody can lie and get away with, there are people who believe in politics that if I promise you 1 glass of water, I will deliver. I will not cut shortcuts or reinvent the wheel or change the color of the room so that you don't see the glass of water.
Thank you,
so
Wakili.
at the end of the day, the politics we preach and that which we want to bequeath the future generations must be politics that at least points to integrity.
Cherotich have the final say in this. This panel fails the two-thirds gender rule, but what is your take on that in this manifesto? Then your closing remarks.
I'd say that since the promulgation of the 2010 Constitution, successive governments have failed to effectively implement the two-thirds gender rule. I am behind anybody who tells me that they will be able to come up with a plan in 90 days and change things in 6 months. I would love to see this. And if this is what Kenya Kwanza, for example, is setting out to do, as Emeo, I heard Martha Karua say that it's a bit more complex, but they will do it too. I would love to see either party, whichever wins, actually finally do what the Constitution asked us to do since 2010. And if it's 50% women in cabinet, I can assure you that those women, the 50% in the cabinet, will not be underqualified, unqualified, affirmative action, whatever. I am sure that they will select qualified women because there are as many qualified women as there are men. So I think it is time that we put to rest this two-thirds gender rule by actually respecting the Constitution and implementing it. And if they do that, this will be a fantastic move forward. So I look forward to seeing that happen. And again, Kenya Kwanza has more clearly articulated how it will do it.
All right. Thank you. Let's leave it there.